Hey, what's up? This is the build showcase. This is a showcase. This is not a guide. If you want a guide, go somewhere else. No. Don't trust random people to just make guides. Okay, I have a lot of experience in this game, but you don't know that, right? I've never made guides before, so don't ever. If you were to come to me for a guide, asking for a guide, I probably wouldn't give it. I feel like I don't have the street cred. Also, this build is very much catered for me and my playstyle and what I like to do, and what you want to do or something that's more generic might be different. I don't know. So if you're looking for a guide, I would suggest going to crouching underscore tuna. He should have released a guide on this build by now. If he hasn't, go pester him on a stream. Tell him I sent you. Um, Thing about this though is that it's hard to make a guide for this build because we haven't really fully fleshed out. I say we when really it's crouching tuna hasn't really fleshed out all the different parts. Like, granted, I kind of made this build on my own and then tuned in to my favorite streamer, and he just happened to be playing this same exact damn build. And also, he figured out the acidic concoction tech. He figured it out. I've been working on this stuff for like the past week, thinking I'm the only one who knows this shit. And then, no, it's like there's a bunch of other people, they've just been slowly figuring it out. Anyways, the build is strong. It's a very good contender for Lightning Arrow Lightning Rod, if that ever does get nerfed. Now, it is bug abusing, okay? There are some bugs here that it's abusing. Number one, we are stun immune. That is a bug, right? I don't know why it's a bug. I spec'd stun threshold on my build because I was like, hey, let's get some stun threshold, and apparently it just makes you immune to stun. That's weird. I think it has something to do with CI and gaining energy shield as stun threshold, and there's probably some sort of calculation that compares your stun threshold to the value of your HP, which in this case is 1, which means we don't get stunned. I don't know. Apparently it's a bug that's been around for a while. Apparently it was here last league and they just never addressed it. I am not really sure what's going on. But yeah, this is the build. The clear is incredible. It's definitely a little slower than a Deadeye. Also, I feel pressured into taking a lot more damage nodes on the tree because the damage feels bad, even though it's not. It just feels bad because it's a dot, right? So you have to build up damage on the enemy and then wait for the enemy to die. The poison itself actually does like 1,000,000 damage in one hit, but it does it over 20 seconds, so it feels really, really bad because of that, but it's not actually that bad, right? But that does incentivize you to getting a shit ton of damage on your tree, and as you can see, I am basically just full crit. I come over here, grab the crit nodes, 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 that's it, grab some poison, and then boom, we're done, right? And then, of course, defenses, I like having a tankier build, like I grab a lot of energy shield. That's mainly just because before I wasn't on a Roa, I wasn't moving, I had to, I wasn't moving very fast, and because of that I was taking a lot of damage. If you don't have a headhunter, by the way, use Chevros. Okay, first off, number one, headhunter's not even that good. I'll be real with you. Like in those videos that in the showcase, right, in the map, it looks fantastic. But this build would have cleared it, completely fine with this belt, right? Which lets me actually have ES recovery, right? Because now I can use my flask. And with instant recovery, if my ES ever goes down, I can just spam it really, really fast and it just comes back up. And you have like, how many charges do we have here? 123 charges. I can spam this thing 12 times, right? Recovering, 12 times 500, 6,000 energy shield. I can recover my entire HP bar in energy shield if I just spam my life flask really, really fast. And then I gain charges so easily because we're a fantastic clearing build. We're constantly killing mobs. But yeah, I tested out like a bunch of different things. The single target setup usually requires some sort of swap in gear. Like obviously you probably wouldn't use Kadiros for this. Also, quick note, I don't actually know if Kadiros is giving us rarity. I don't actually know. Because what counts as being each arrow fired, covetous, enemies killed with covetous arrows dropped items with 600. What counts as enemies killed with a covetous arrow? Can the arrow poison and then the poison kills the enemy and that counts? And then if that's the case, does it need to be the highest damaging poison? In which case, diamond, right? Diamond arrows are going to do 60% crit multi. They're going to be the one doing the most damage. So if we shoot really, really fast, we're just going to overwrite our covetous arrows. Weird. I don't know. It feels like it does something. But this quiver is expensive. It makes the clear kind of better, kind of inconsistent. It's weird to say. If it was up to me, I would just use a penetrating quiver. This is the quiver that I was using before. It is fantastic. It is great. Also, these gloves are fantastic and great. There is a way you don't need to have these gloves, which is you get a really, really high fizz slash chaos bow. Then you can use, normal rare gloves, and rare gloves right now are insane. But then you need a rite of passage. Oops. And you need the cheapest one, thankfully. Never mind. There we go. Cheapest one. Spirit of the Serpent. And Spirit of the Serpent gives you all of your damage contributes to poison, and you get 60 or 80% increased damage just in general. It's good. Like, this is definitely worth 16 div, right? It's a lot of money to put forward, but man, is that good. And then, of course, also it just got rarity and stuff. I think this is a low roll, though. I think you can get it to 20. Yeah. But they are expensive. They are very, very expensive, so just keep that in mind. I would use it if I had one, and then I would take off these gloves. Maybe. I don't know. The problem is that my bow is doing a lot of elemental damage, and I wouldn't be able to take advantage of that elemental damage until I killed a rare, which is like, maybe 10% of the way through the map. But regardless, if you are just building pure fizz, then it should be fine, right? Because you can take advantage of that. I'm not really sure. Definitely go consult Tuna. He knows way more about this, and also he deserves the attention. He's a great build creator. I've played plenty of his builds before in the past in POE1. Lightning Strike was an example. I think it was a Raider, I'm not really sure. No, I don't know if it was a Raider or not. I don't remember. Lightning Strike was meta for a few leagues anyways. But yeah, this was the overview of the build. It's the other bug, so other than stun immunity being one bug while you're on your mount, so you're fast, and the downside of the mount is that you get heavy stunned, but no, you actually don't, apparently. I don't know what's going on there. They need to fix that. But the other bug we abuse is, of course, Acidic Concoction. Acidic Concoction has the specific wording, consumes. And effect consumption reads as some flavor text, but then consuming a debuff on an enemy causes the enemy to be immune to that debuff for 1 second. Sure. Okay. Problem is Vine Arrow an enemy? Like, I don't know. I guess not, because it's not becoming immune to poison, it stays poisoned. And so I think Vine Arrow just has some spaghetti code in the back end that just lets it keep poison. Also, I didn't poison it that first time, that was weird. And then, of course, Acidic Concoction blows it up. Okay, if it didn't despawn, it blows it up. There it is. And see the little yellow kind of ring? That's the blow up. Anyways, that's the build. That's the, it's really, really, really strong. I think if you are feeling like Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod is just maybe a little too slow on the clear, maybe not good, then this is probably better. But I will say this, the single target does suffer unless you play with the Acidic Concoction, get off your horse, shoot two things. Like, it's a bunch of setup. In Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod, you just put lightning rods on the ground and shoot the enemy, and you're done. Right? 2-button. Here, it's like, it's not just 3 buttons, you have to shoot them, get in there, dodge roll off your mount, and then throw them. Like, it's just, it's a big mess. But it feels fantastic when you do it, and honestly, just for generic mapping, even doing T16 Deli, juiced up with my towers, like, it's more than fun. For map bosses, it starts to be a little finicky, but just don't do that then. And if you do that, like, just have a jump swap in your inventory. Like, if I just swap out Nova and Bursting Plague for overextend and prolonged duration, like, I just shoot the enemy with my Vine Arrows down, shoot the enemy, and like throw 1 flask and it's dead. Like, it does 4 million damage each time I do that. And so even with specking into, I mean, you saw it delete T4 Zest, without any problem. That's how it works fundamentally. The build is not any different. If you need more single target damage, I'd take off Kadiro's Gambit. It is 60 crit multi, which is a lot, but it's not all the time. And also, a good quiver is just insane. A lot of these quivers are ridiculously strong. So if you are, kind of iffy on this fact, go ahead. Also, I'm wearing a lot of rarity on my gear. Like, this ring has rarity, my amulet has rarity, my hat has rarity, my boots have rarity. Never mind, they don't. That's right, I forgot I crafted these. Yeah, there's a decent amount, at least, right? And you can always forego that if you feel like your damage is less. I will say this, though. Rarity is unfortunately king of Trade League. If you're playing this in SSF, you should probably also want rarity too. If you're playing, if you're like hardcore SSF boss racing, then maybe you don't need it if you feel like you don't need the itemization and the crafting. But otherwise, you kind of need it because crafting in this game is incredible. All of a sudden, it was so useless in leagues before. You just pick up white items off the floor, but now, like, you can craft anything. You can craft everything. Like, I bought these boots for 5x and then crafted them into these. Just win. Oh, just win. Just fucking win. Holy shit. What an insane series of events. Oh my god, soul strides. Yes, sir. Like, they were, maybe I could put a screenshot in the video of what they were before. Don't even ask me, like, how lucky this was. I think it was, like, I simmed it was, like, 3% to hit it all back to back to back. I was expecting for it to take multiple tries where I would remove the wrong thing and then have to go again, repeat, and remove the wrong thing again, and then have to go again. But I hit it, like, 6 times in a row, the correct mods. Anyways, ES is fantastic. I'm super tanky. Chaos Inoculation is like a must-have this league. Also, for some reason, it makes you stun immune, so just take it for now until they fix it. When they do fix it, I would maybe hop off the row mount. Thankfully, we are playing Pathfinder, so we can take the row mount off. We can get rid of overwhelming toxicity, spec back into running assault, and then, yeah, get 5 free passive skill points or something. I don't know. But right now, the way the row mount works, it's just 15% move speed, no slowdown, no light stun. It's incredible. And so use it until it gets fixed, which I really do hope they fix it because this is a little cheesy. I don't really like it. It kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But so does half the shit in this game, honestly. There's just weird things everywhere. The wording's inconsistent. The towers feel awful. I hate going around looking for towers all the damn time. It just sucks. It's like, oh, these overlap here. Is there another? Oh, maybe this overlaps there. You know, it's like I'm gonna do these maps later when they all overlap. I just feel gross. I feel dirty. I feel like I need to take a shower. I probably do need to take a shower. I've been playing this game for a while. But yeah, that's the build. Hope you liked it. Don't expect a build guide out of this. I'm not a good build guide creator. Go to Crouching Tuna. I'll put like a channel link in the description or something, or his Twitch stream. And go pester him and tell him I sent you. He doesn't know me, but it'll be funny. It'll be funnier that way. Anyways, that's it. Bye-bye.